Now I'm live. Well, it's a different link than I sent out on Twitter, X. Let me see if I can share this one instead. We'll see if anybody... So currently no one is here. 3 people are here. Hey DM, long time no see. Yeah, it has been a long dang time since I've done anything like this. Joe Jenkins? What the crap? I somehow knew you'd show up, and it looks like you're still a moderator. How you doing, Joe Jenkins? Are you still in the market? Joe, you still doing crypto? Just privately, secretly, not sharing your great talents and personality with the world anymore? Like you once did? Awesome. I'd love to talk with you offline sometime and just see what your plan is for things, what you're into. I don't mean what you're into. Don't tell me what you're into. I'm afraid of that answer. But crypto wise, what you might be holding on to. Devin still watches, or maybe it's Steve Devin, maybe it's Devin Steve, still watches Vincent Wilson. That is a classic, I have to admit. Wish I could have done it with better production values, but I was so sick the day I made that video for Vincent Wilson. Like I was just about dying. But anyway, I just really, and wanted to get it out. Speaking of dying, not literally, I hope. I've been sick for 6 months, and you can see how red my cheeks are right now. I've been to so many doctors, having numerous appointments, trying to figure out what's going on. And we've, I think, narrowed it down to a thyroid issue. I got blood tested for it earlier today, and I'll find out if that's what's going on. Hopefully that's all that's going on. We seem to have ruled out all the really nasty stuff that could have been going on, and it's very likely a thyroid issue. And so hopefully I'll start feeling better soon. But right now, no, I did not have the shot. Thank you for asking. No, absolutely 100% not. I did not have it. So hopefully we've narrowed it down, and I'm going to start getting treated and start feeling a little better. But right now, my immunity is absolutely wrecked, which is why the fact that I doubt we're going to get very many people. We have 11 people in here right now. If you share this on Facebook, see where my mind's at? If you share this on X and encourage people to join, maybe we'll get a couple more people in here. But like I said on the one announcement I posted, I doubt that we're going to get 1/20th of the people I used to get when I would do Facebook or YouTube lives. YouTube. Any questions from anybody? If not, believe me, I'll be a whole lot less embarrassed than you think I would be. If nobody asks any questions at all, it's not going to bother me one bit. Hey, holla. What's up? TP Crypto. So while we're waiting for people, I'm going to share some of my thoughts on the market until there's something more interesting to talk about. And I want to give you just some of the lessons that I've learned. Go ahead and like the stream, by the way, if you're here. That'll help actually some other people see it. But I just want to give you a quick perspective on how my thoughts have changed about the market since last time around. Some of you probably know last time around, I did quite well relative to how much I put in. I will tell you the details. I probably put in between 20 and 25 grand is all I had into the market last time around. I actually took out profits enough pretty early on to make that like just a zero sum game for me, where I took out all of my initial investment and I kept in enough that I actually ended up getting to around 500 grand. I think it was 550,000. I was up, hey Kim Chick, I was up $550,000 at the time that I started buying into nodes. I started buying strong nodes, and I started buying fire nodes and a bunch of other nodes. My God, do you remember all those freaking node projects that just killed us all? Yeah, I started doing that too. When it was all said and done, I will tell you this. According to my taxes that I filed, I took out only about $120,000. Maybe it was a little bit more. Maybe it was like 130 after taking profits plus what I profited later. That's all I took out. And the remainder of that, you do the delta between 550 grand and 120 or $130,000. So $430,000 just went bye-bye. It just went bye-bye. I didn't get that out. I didn't profit from that. A massive amount of money I just lost as a result of being really stupid. So this time around, I loosely followed the Robart system. The Robart system, and I'll get to your comments all here in just a moment. The Robart system is basically you wait for the crashes, you buy in, and you hold until you've made a bunch of profit, and then you sell, and you get out happy as a lark. Old expression, I don't know if younger people use that one. We probably didn't even use that when I was younger. Happy as a lark that you made money. You're not worried about making 100x. You're not worried about making 50x. You're just simply worried about making money. And that's what I did this time around. And so I've been holding what I bought since November 2022. Mostly the big bags that I'm in, the main things that I'm in, I've held since November of 2022. I'll tell you my two main assets that I hold are Injective Protocol and Render Network. And why did I get into those? I did a bunch of research. I felt out the hype on these two things, and happy as a pig in shit. Correct, sir. Yeah, that's what I did. I bought into those. I'm still holding them now. My personal way that I'm investing, and it doesn't mean that anybody else should do it this way. My personal investment strategy was buy at the all-time lows and load up. Wait until Bitcoin makes new all-time highs, and then assess the market for those particular assets. Those particular assets, Injective and Render, have been gangbusters over the last year since I've bought them. They're both up significantly since I bought them. And I'm just weighing the risk. I'm weighing the hype. I'm weighing the narrative. And I'm weighing the momentum. And all of those things are still in my favor. I still feel like there's a tailwind going for those two digital assets. And so I'm holding on to them still. I'm not going to sell until, now Injective already blew by its previous all-time high, which I think was like $22. Render has not yet hit its all-time high. And so I'm expecting that plus a lot more with both of them. I'll be laddering out at some unknown point in the future based on market dynamics, hype, momentum, etc. I'm going to go back and read some comments. This was an AMA, so I'm going to try to answer some things if people have asked. How high do you think XRP goes this year? Look, Robart said it well in his live that he did earlier today. In Robart's live, he was asked a similar question. all you can say about XRP is it's an asset that is hyped up by an awful lot of people. There are a ton of XRP holders, and there's a ton of excited people in the XRP community. And so the likelihood of it hitting higher points than it's currently at right now is great. If a bull market continues, XRP should continue to go up. Now, think of the downside of that one. There are a lot of XRP holders that bought in at $1 to $2, $2 to $3 even, not even just in the last cycle, but the cycle before that, because people think of XRP as being a very long-term hold. So if it's a very long-term hold, is there a chance that a whole lot of people are going to be looking to sell for profit once they get into profits, meaning $1.50, $2, $2.50? What's the likelihood that a ton of people are going to start dumping those bags because they've been holding for years and not really making anything off of it? For me personally, I think that's probably a pretty good, there's a pretty good chance that people are going to be doing that. So do I expect XRP to be one of the top performers in this market? No, I just don't, because there's other things that are new, shiny and new, that have a lot of hype around them. The narrative backs them a lot more than the XRP narrative at this point. And so no. Do I think it's going to do well relative to where it's currently at? Yes. Yes. Do I suspect everyone's going to make 5 to 10 times their money if they want to, and if they choose to sell it? Yes, I think they will. But do I think the people in XRP are mainly waiting for 25, 50, 100 times their money? Yes, I do. And so I think a whole lot of people are going to watch another cycle go by like this. There goes that cycle. Oops, I didn't make any money again. And they're just going to watch it go by and make nothing again. I think that's going to happen to a whole lot of XRP holders. So that's my answer on that. Are you going to be active next cycle? Dreams asks me. We'll see how well I do this cycle. I'm expecting profits in a certain range this time around. That will certainly give me some freedom, and it will give me freedom to invest in some other things and freedom to do some things that I'm not currently doing. Will that result in me setting myself up well enough that I don't come back next cycle? I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it. I think this cycle, this Bitcoin cycle, I believe in the Bitcoin halving. This is something that Rob Art and I have talked about disagreeing on. In fact, I was just talking with him in DMs recently this morning, and we were discussing how we probably disagree on some things. That's one of them. I think that the Bitcoin halving cycle is significant. There's two main reasons. One, market dynamics. We all understand that in a market, if you have something that people are chasing after and you lessen the supply, that the price goes up. And so it can't not happen, the law of supply and demand. And when you do a halving and lessen the supply by half and people still want Bitcoin, market dynamics force that price up. And so I think that's going to play out until the halvings are all done, which I think doesn't happen until 2050 something. Maybe it's even past that. And so, yes, I expect market dynamics will continue to happen in the next cycle as well, and the one after that. And I'm very likely to be in there trying to take advantage of those market cycles. The other reason I believe Bitcoin will be, or I will be around for the next cycle, and that Bitcoin will go up, is people expect it to go up. They expect that the halving means something. And if you have a massive number of people that all expect the halving to mean something, by default, it's going to end up meaning something. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So yes, in all likelihood, I will be around. I watched Rob's video this morning. I got into both of those following you on Twitter. Ah, nice. Good. I hope we have a good result with it. I mean, we already are. If you got in when I first started talking about the stuff, then you're up tremendously, just like I am. I think my bags are up. I want to say, well, I pulled out most of my initial investment already at this point. So I'm basically a free ride. So, I mean, I'm not going to tell you the times that I'm up because it would be, I don't know what it is at this point, but it's a lot. It's a lot I'm up. Going on to the next one. We'll be happy with XRP at $5 to $20, anywhere in between. Do you think Ripple is honest with us? So Ripple is not here for you, the small bag holders. Ripple is not here to create a payment system for small bag holders. Could they end up using XRP for that use case? Yes, but Ripple's stated intent was to serve major institutions and major money movement from huge financial institutions and companies and individuals, I guess to a lesser extent, worldwide. They're not so concerned about you. And so are they on their side, on your side? Are they entirely honest with you? Heck no, they are not. Heck no. They have been financing what they've been doing by selling to people like you for years. I don't know if you know this, this person asking me the question, TP Crypto, but I got out of XRP actually when the lawsuit was announced. It was a variable I didn't care to deal with personally. I didn't care to deal with that variable in my investing. And so I got out, and I've never been felt compelled to get back into XRP in any big way. So I've held small amounts from time to time, circumstantially, but I've never bought back in, and I'm not expecting a huge payout from XRP personally. I think people who are in it, if it was me and I was in it currently, if we got anywhere near the previous all-time high, I personally would be dumping my bags. I wouldn't be waiting for $5 to $20 personally, but everybody makes up their own mind about what they think makes sense. I don't see Brad throwing a proper party and attending Kimes XRP Vegas and screwing XRP holders. I have to say I've divorced myself from much of what goes on in the XRP community because I just saw insanity. And believe me, I was neck deep in all of it. Not the insanity part of it, but I got the backlash of insanity a number of years ago when I just started talking honestly about XRP and encouraging people to diversify what they were holding and to not treat XRP as the be-all, end-all for your investment. People that are well-known in the XRP community started bashing me and telling me I was insane, that I was going to go broke, have fun staying broke, all of this kind of stupid stuff. And meanwhile, over the last 5 years, they're the ones who have lost money and I've not. So I still love XRP community. Lots of great people in that community. I feel bad for them a lot because I feel like there's a whole lot of missed opportunity over the last number of years from becoming XRP maximalists. DM, are you bullish on Cardano? I will say no more than any other layer one with smart contract solution that's out there that proposes to be a replacement for Ethereum. Like everything else in a bull market, it has its fans. It's going to have hype around it, and it's going to go up. I'm not invested personally in Cardano. It's not the one that I'm looking. I'm in Injective protocol, which is a similar L1 replacement, but I'm not in it even for the long term, thinking it's going to be the L1 replacement. I think there's going to be a lot of winners in the market in that regard. And Injective protocol happens to be a shiny new thing that has a lot of hype around it, a lot of development activity around it. And so because of that, I believe it's going to do very well and maybe outperform some of the other ones that have been around a while. So let me go back. What up, stranger? Hey, Victor Enriquez. How you doing? Good to see you on here. Big Rads. Do you hold any silver or gold? Your thoughts on stacking? I am not at all against stacking silver and gold. I used to stack silver I got out of it a number of years ago when I got into crypto. I was limited in the amount of money I had to invest the first time around. And so I was looking for areas that I could draw from to invest in crypto. And I sold my stacks of silver. I mean, like literal stacks, right? It wasn't like an ETF or something like that that I was into with silver. I was into literal silver, and I sold all of my silver, save a small amount, and I got into crypto. But no, I mean, I'm into diversifying, period. And precious metals are another way to diversify. I know people that own a ton of it. And if you can do both that in crypto, why is that not wise? The more you diversify, I think the better off you are, as long as it's assets that make sense. And silver and gold still make sense, in my opinion. Do you hold any QRDO? No, I do not. I've never heard of that one. I have to tell you, I did all my investing, or I'll say 90% of my investment was done in the fall and winter of November 22, going into the year 2023. And I'm still holding that stuff now. That's my primary investment that I'm in. And so whatever was around at that time is what I investigated and I invested in. And QRDO was not one of them. The only opinion that matters is your own. Darn right. Yep. This is where a lot of people get it wrong in investing. They follow people like, I mean, people don't follow me very much anymore, but they'll follow Rob Art. They'll follow other big names in crypto, and they'll try to do exactly what they do. In Rob Art's instance, I have to tell you, you will make money if you follow Rob Art, okay? You're not going to lose money following Rob Art because he has a very safe, smart strategy. Keep in mind, Rob Art has millions of dollars. Rob Art has significantly lesser risk tolerance than you probably have, right? Because he's already made it and he needs to maintain his wealth more than he needs to make wealth. If he just maintains his wealth and keeps up his Patreon, he does very, very well. And so he makes calls on things at times that, like, I don't personally follow because he's doing a different game than I'm doing. I missed out on my $400,000+ last time around by buying into nodes and losing a lot of money. I only took out 150 total, 160, 170 grand or something from the market last time around, including what I took out to pay myself for what I had invested, plus some profits. That's all I took out, 170 grand. And meanwhile, my bags had gone to 550 grand. So I lost in total 380, say. So I'm in a different place than Rob Art and other people in the markets. So you're in your particular place. You bought in when you bought in. You bought what you bought. You made your plan, and you have to stick by your plan. I say it's smart to follow the high-level principles of Rob Art or somebody like me that talks about things. Follow the high-level principles from people who have been around and they've learned the lessons that you might not have learned yet, but don't try to duplicate exactly what somebody else is doing with their bags. You make your best decisions for yourself. In fact, you make all of your decisions for yourself. I'm not making any for you, and neither is Rob Art or anybody else. TP Crypto, one of my favorite videos you did was sudden wealth. You was in Home Depot parking lot thinking no more job supplies. I want sudden wealth. Yeah, no, I think I remember talking about that sudden wealth syndrome. I made about 150 videos and I deleted most of them from YouTube. Just because my perspective has changed so much on the markets. I don't feel confident with people watching those videos and learning bad information, so I deleted most of them. But yeah, I do remember talking about sudden wealth syndrome and what it does to you. There's some good principle stuff in there, I believe. Do you still hold Casino Coin? Yes, I do. I don't hold what I did at the peak of the last run when I sold it and made some good money off of it, but I do still hold Casino Coin and still believe in it as a good investment. Gots to go. You got my email. Yes, drop me a line sometime, dude. Peace. Yes, Joe Jenkins, I absolutely will. Thor's Hammer, glad to see you still posting videos. What a long, strange trip it's been. Tell me about it, man. I don't know if you've been around for the whole of it, but I got in doing videos in 2018, early 2018. Got into crypto in late 2017. And yes, it's been a long, strange ride. Nobody would have predicted the ride that they've been on for the last 7 years if you've been here with me or with us all of that time. Nobody would have predicted it. And I made a video about that once, talking about the bell curve. How everybody if you talk about an investment, there's a bell curve of experience that you're going to experience being in cryptocurrency. And most people, in fact, almost everybody imagines themselves doing the performance that is done at the far end, the right side end of that bell curve, which is the peak performance. And I made a video years ago saying that's not what it's going to be like. Most people are going to be in the middle of experience, a whole bunch of people at the beginning end of experience where your crypto never takes off or it crashes, or you invest into stuff like I did, like Celsius and Freeway, where I lost some money because they crashed. That's what a lot of people's experience was. In fact, my experience, if you think about 550 grand would have been the peak bell curve experience, but instead I actually only pulled out about $170,000 in profits. So that puts me at about, at the beginning of the bell curve. I didn't even make it to the midway point in that bell curve of experience. So, God, I'm getting really tired. Hey, Rob Art, bro, hello. Please tweet out this. There are people on the wrong link. Oh, man, I knew that would happen. The problem is I wasn't doing this for very long. You can see my face getting very red. I'm having a thyroid issue that we're trying to pin down and figure out. And my immunity system is just wrecked at the moment. So I'm really only going to be on here for probably 5 more minutes. If anybody else could tweet out that link, that would be helpful. I'll do this again at some point. And yeah, I'll do this again at some point. And for all the people that missed it by going to the wrong link, I really apologize. That's my fault. I couldn't figure out how to get onto the live after I scheduled the live. I couldn't figure it out. And so I had to start a new one. Message retracted. I had to search this username to find the right one, meaning the link. Yeah, but I started watching your vids in January of 2018. Yeah, man, I've been around for a while, and it's amazing how much things have changed over the years. Thank you, Rob Art. Fire content. Thank you. Thank you for liking my videos. I appreciate that. I don't do them much anymore, but I save things up for when I feel like I have something important to say. And then I do that on X now, rather than on YouTube. Roast Beef, you've been around forever. What's up, DM? Good to see you live. Hope all is well. Yes, sir. Good to see you on here. DM, Google BPC 157 peptides. It might help you. Thank you. I will absolutely do that. That's a thyroid thing, I assume. Whew. Feels hot in here, and I feel totally worn out. Fresh aloe leaf and blend it. Thank you. I will do that one as well. Research fresh aloe. This is why doing stuff like this is so wonderful. The hive mind is a real thing. And when you start talking about stuff going on and you're looking for answers, the hive mind comes through. Thank you both. I'm going to look into both of those things. What are your thoughts on quant? Honestly, like every other asset in the in a market like this that it continually is making higher lows, I think quant's going to go up along with everything else. Will it get there's a lot of hype around it, there's a lot of narrative around it, there's good things around it that make it more than likely to really take off and maybe even hit a parabolic run at some point. But it's not something that I'm personally invested in for no bad reason. I just didn't happen to get into it. How much time do you spend studying crypto? Oh God, way too much. You think you waste too much time? I do a whole lot less than I did in the past, I'll tell you, because My positions are set, and right now it's just a matter of monitoring what I'm doing rather than it's trying to find out new things. Back when I picked the main assets that I'm in November of 22, I did a ton of research. I probably, I was up in the middle of the night. I was doing it in the middle of the day. I was doing it when I was with my family, when I should have just been spending time with them. I was obsessed. And the reason is because I wanted to be successful and change my family's life. That's why I did it. And now I'm in sort of cruise mode where I already know what I'm into, and I'm just looking to figure out how I'm going to scale out and take my profits so it doesn't require as much as when you're researching. What are you doing? A number of us waiting in another channel. I'm sorry, Paul Jones. I am very sorry. I had started a live, I scheduled one, and then I couldn't figure out how to get into the live that was scheduled, and it didn't automatically start on my phone, so I had to start a new link. I apologize. I'll do better next time. Let's see. Good to see you looking good, live and well, mate. Yeah, for now. And all the horses in the race and locked in the gate. Yeah, man, you've been around a while. If you know about that video, you've been around. Glad to see your son is into music. Oh my God, my son, his music name is Jonowal, Jonoal, Jonowal. And he's released a bunch of stuff. He's on all the places you can find music, including YouTube. He usually posts his stuff there. I'm very excited about what he's doing. I mean, I've been a songwriter for over 35 years. I've been a songwriter I've been over 40 years. But I've been playing instruments and recording my own songs for over 35 years. And there's no greater, chokes me up. There's no greater gift than honestly seeing your kids start to do the stuff that you're excited about. And, you see them to the point that they're going to do better than you. That's the most exciting thing for me, seeing that my son is going to do better than me in music. Great to see you too, my old friend Paul. Rob Art, please do it more often. You've made some amazing calls in the past and expect the same this cycle. People need to hear you these days. I do. Thank you, Rob Art. You know how humbling that is for me to hear that from you. Crypto Mojo, we certainly do have an addiction to crypto. Yeah, no more nodes. Believe me, Paul, I've learned my lesson on the nodes. That will never happen again. Please do this more often. Thank you. It's refreshing to see you. Thank you. I really appreciate you being on. DM, what's the best advice you can give right now to people joining the market? Gosh. Go back and watch Rob Art's live stream from this morning. I'm just going to repeat basically what he said. You're late to the market right now. I hate to tell you that. And I don't mean late like there's not potentially still money to be made in the market. I'm still in my positions, and I still expect them to go up from here. Is there money to be made? Yes, there's still money to be made. Could you buy now and still do very well if you buy the right things and you get out at the right time? Yes, you can. But should you have been buying a year and a half ago instead? 100%. At the point that the market made its lows, at the point that Bitcoin was down back to crashing levels, 70, 80, 90% off of its all-time highs, that was the time to buy. That's when I was buying, and that was when I was encouraging other people to get in and buy in the market. At this point, I'm just managing my investments. At this point, Rob Art is out of a lot of his positions that likely will continue to go up. Why isn't he staying in them? He's de-risked. It's all about managing your risk in this market. In the crypto bull market, it's all about managing your risk. The later you get in, the more risk you are taking with your positions. The earlier you get in, the less risk you're taking. Rob Art got out on a position that he says publicly that he got from me, that he heard me talking about it. So he took a small position in it, or whatever position he took, because he heard me talking about it. So he investigated it, chose to invest for himself in it. He got out with a 7x in that position when and he's thrilled to have done it, right? He got out at 7x. I think that crypto is going up significantly from here. And so I'm still holding. Rob Art is out and has de-risked after making 7 times his money, and he's done with it. There's no more risk on the table, and he's made 7 times his money. Now, that's a brilliant trader. That's a brilliant trader doing that method. Getting into the market now is difficult because your risk has to be a lot higher to make 7x now. If you got in now and made, I know people getting in now, and I tell them, if you make 2 to 3 times your money, you've done fantastically well for getting in at this point. You should probably take your money, most of it or all of it, off the table. So that's my advice to people getting in now. The big advice would be follow Rob Art after things crash this time around. Join his Patreon and get in there and see what the Rob Art method is. I can tell you very briefly what it is at a high level. You wait for the crashes after the bull market. You start buying in, laddering in to certain assets when they are 70, 80, 90% off of their all-time highs. That's how you know it's a relative low point in the market cycle, is they are off their all-time highs by 70, 80, 90%. You buy in then, you wait to make profits based on a variety of factors that you can get from Rob Art if you join his Patreon, and then you sell. In many cases, you sell before the Bitcoin halving even takes place. You sell before things even go parabolic. You sell before prices even get to where you're hoping they're going to go to, and you're already out of the market with a ton of money, more money than you could make in any other investment you could get into. That's a brilliant trader, right? I think you would all agree. That's what you want to do. That's the sweet spot for it all, right there. And if you're getting in now, you're not at that sweet spot, but you can be next time around. So join Rob Art's Patreon, and this turns into a commercial for Rob Art's Patreon, which I don't mind a bit. I told him once I was going to do one. I think about it still from time to time, but I haven't yet. So as of now, join Rob Art's. DM, what's your exit strategy for XRP? Thank you, Adrian. My exit strategy for XRP was selling it back in December of 2021 when the lawsuit was announced. I didn't want that variable on the table for me. That was too big of a variable, an unknown variable sitting out there that we didn't know about. And I sold my XRP for profit at the time. I think we were at 0.471 cents. So 47 cents when my dollar cost average was somewhere in the 20s. So I doubled my money and got out and did very, very well with the money I took out of there by investing it in other assets. Elliot, great to see you back, DM. Have always enjoyed listening to yourself and Jungle's thoughts on crypto. Thank you very much. Question, is there a crypto other than Render you've ever felt more comfortable holding? Wow. That is a good question. I've never thought about it that way. Me personally, don't do what I do, do what you do. And certainly don't come blame me later. Me personally, I've never held an asset that I felt was so perfectly timed with market hype, momentum, and narrative as I feel about Render. I feel like all of those things are in the camp of Render right now. If you watch where it started at the beginning of the year, it was probably in the 200s in terms of market cap. It was like 250th or something. We are down to something like 46th or 42nd, something like that in market cap. I expect we're going to do very, very well in the bull run. Maybe in the early days of holding XRP, I had a similar feeling about things, but that went away pretty quickly. If my videos were still posted on YouTube, you could go back and watch them and see that I was never an XRP maxi, but I probably really thought like this is the one to hold back then. I would say I feel more confident than I did even in the early days with XRP. I feel more confident in where I'm at currently with Render. But remember, I'm up right now on Render already. 12x, say, on DCA, my DCA. I'm up 12x on Render. So you're asking me a question also about an asset I've already made 12 times my money on. Rob Art's probably crapping himself right now and saying, get out, you've already made 12 times your money. I know, I'm gonna take profits, don't worry. But yes, I'm already up 12x, so I feel extremely confident with where I'm at and where we're at in the market, and that plays into it. Thank you for the question. Nice day to start again. Yes, always. Hello, Bailey Green, Rafi, hey DM, hey. Mr. Bull, it's made to create a level playing field. You mean XRP? I don't remember. Absolutely great call, brother. I'm assuming he's talking about Render. With Great Reset. Oh, the Great Reset. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I don't disagree. There's always forces at work one way or another. Look at it this way. Think of ultra wealthy people in the world. You think they want to lose their money? You think they have any plan or any desire or any intention of losing their money to a bunch of twits like us who are trying to change the world and the way that finance works in the world? You think they have any interest in that? No freaking way. They are looking to bury you, brother, sister. They're looking to bury you. They want to take your bags. That's all they're in for it for. So Great Reset, absolutely. People with lots of money, with extreme wealth, spend their days making sure they protect their extreme wealth. And if it means the subjugation of people like us, they will absolutely do it. That's what they're looking to do. Rob's spreadsheet is gold, 100% gold. Everybody get into it. No name. I'm sorry I don't read Russian. Although I wish I did. That's one of my favorite looking and sounding languages. Wow, good to see you again. Thank you very much. DM, do you think the bull market will end by May of this year? I make no predictions whatsoever. Rob Art said it perfectly earlier. I think the bull market will end when the market stops making a higher low. And then after that higher low, it's likely to bump off of that resistance and you see it turn down and run for the hills because the bull market is 99% likely to be over with. Until that point happens, we don't know. We can't be predictive with these things in terms of like what month will it happen, what year will it happen, how long will it last. All we can say is we've had 4 bull runs to look at so far. And you can go back and look at the previous cycles and see how many days did the previous bull runs last. That will give you some generalized idea of what you might be able to expect from the current bull run. But you cannot place all your chips on that one and bet everything on it. And so I can't even say if it'll end by May this year. My personal perspective, meaning nothing for you, I hope, but my personal perspective is because of how things are moving so much now, before the halving even occurs, like we've never been to the point we're at now, before a Bitcoin halving occurred, as long as we don't see a massive dump event before the halving and we continue to maintain the lower or the higher low, as long as we continue to maintain that, I feel personally like the bull run has been accelerated by some time frame. So previous bull runs about 1.5 years in time frame. This one, I'm not looking at it lasting a full year and a half. And so I'm adjusting my bets and my profit taking accordingly until I see something that changes my mind. Ha! Rob Art wants a DM Logic Patreon. He's joining. Thank you, Rob Art. Not financial advice, I know. However, would you pay off a house when cash out or just reinvest in a bear market? I personally have some debt, okay? The house is a different thing. Depending on the mortgage, the interest rate that you're at, that can be a different thing. I personally have some high interest debt right now that I'm paying off every bit of that the second I take off profits. That's the first thing I'm doing. I'm not buying myself a motorcycle. I'm not buying a new TV. I'm not going on a vacation. I'm clearing out any high interest debt that I currently have. And I have a little bit that I've accumulated because I was a moron last time around and didn't take out all my money. Okay, that's why. So, but a mortgage can be different. If you've got a 2, 3, 4% interest rate and you can make an easy 5% to 10% somewhere else that you're investing that money in a money market or an ETF or something like that. Why, in my opinion, why would I pay off a mortgage rate at 2 or 3% when I'm paying myself by investing it elsewhere and withdrawing that money to pay my mortgage? So that's the way I think about it. Matic was good. Yes, it was. And I got out of some of my Matic at $2.82, I'll have you know, which was like 3 cents under the high on my Matic. I got out of that with probably half my bag, something like that. I sold Matic at just very near the peak and just honestly got lucky. But then I didn't make as much on my other Matic because I didn't get out then. Render bull run price predictions. No, thank you. I am not doing that one because that's just too hot of a topic. I'll tell you, I'm still in now and I'm still holding for a while. I'm waiting at a bare minimum. Personally, I'm waiting at a bare minimum till Render breaks its previous all-time high, which was around 872, if I remember correctly. And so I'm waiting for it to break that before I take some profits personally, and then I'll ladder out from there based on some prices that I have in mind, as well as market momentum, market hype, where Bitcoin is at in the cycle, where other markets are at in the cycle, where the global economy looks like it's in the cycle, where things look like in terms of a possible recession happening, where it looks like in terms of Trump getting into office or not getting into office, Biden being reelected or not being reelected. I'm weighing all of that stuff into whether I'm taking profits earlier or later this time around. And my profit targets are going to change based on all of that stuff. And they could change on a dime and I could dump everything based on something like that. I've done that numerous times before and saved myself. So I'll do it again if I have to. So that's why I can't give a prediction based on that. It's a totally dynamic thing. Do you think that XRP has a chance to rise? Always. XRP has a chance to rise always, like every other crypto. Rob Art says it best. Every crypto is an S coin. I'm a Christian. I can't say the word. I do privately, but I can't say it live. Sometimes I got to watch my mouth sometimes live. Although privately I might say it to somebody because, you know, nobody's killed by me swearing. But every asset is an S coin out there. Bitcoin is an S coin. If you don't believe it, that Ethereum and Bitcoin are S coins, explain to me why they dumped 80, 90% like every other asset in the market. Because they're the exact same thing. This market and the idea of utility in this market being some sort of a support structure under prices is false. If you believe that, I'm telling you, you're going to advance your trading career tremendously by stopping your belief in that. This market is not supported by utility. Everything is an S coin. Everything goes up based on narrative, based on hype, based on momentum in the market, and everything will crash. So XRP is one of those assets that's in the market that based on the amount of hype it gets, narrative, and momentum that it gets, and then balancing that against how many people are selling it once the price is up, that'll give you your basic estimate as to how well XRP can do in the market. Greetings from Austria. I get so excited thinking I'm talking to people from around the world. Rob Art's in Dubai. You're in Austria. Joe Jenkins, my friend, is in England, in Manchester. People are from all over the place. That is the most exciting thing to me about doing lives. Casino coin going multi-chain with same supply. ETH, Solana, and I don't know how you pronounce that one. Yes, that's incredible, Rafi. That's one of the reasons why I like Casino Coin. That price was so suppressed for so long on Casino Coin, and we saw what happened during the last bull run and what it did. It went up close to a penny from, I had bought it at 0.006, and it went up to, no, 0.001. I got in, actually, Casino Coin last time around, and it went up to a penny. And so I believe that's 100x I did on Casino Coin. Now, I didn't sell it all then. Unfortunately, I held on a bit. I got out in plenty of profit, but it did 100x last time around. Now it's multi-chain. Will it do well? I think absolutely it will at some point, yes. Hex, not my favorite thing, Digital Citizen, but I know a lot of people are into it, and I don't blame people for being into it. It's got a huge narrative around it, a huge community. People are into it. Hey, bestie. Are you my bestie? If you are, I will subscribe to your channel. Sure, I'm your bestie. Do I know you? I can't see who you are. I'm wondering, do I recognize your picture? I can't see your picture. Hi, bestie. Yes, you're my bestie. Let's see. Hello, it's my birthday. Hey, happy birthday, my cat socks. Digital Citizen. Truer words have not been spoken. I'll assume you meant something true that I said. I don't know which part now. Houses and cars are liabilities. No, I don't. Reinvest profits back into income generating assets. I don't disagree with you. Not financial advice from me either. Somebody asked for my personal perspective on it. My personal perspective is if I have a mortgage at 3% right now, which is about where my mortgage rate is, and I'm making 10% on $100,000, why would I pay off a mortgage with $100,000 when I can make 10% with it and still make 7% on my money while still paying the mortgage off? For me, that's the thinking that I put into it. Hey, mate from Liverpool. Ed French, good to see you too, buddy. Hoping the YouTube vacation was time well spent. Missed the content and contrarian viewpoint. Thank you. I am certainly a contrarian. Welcome back to the video madhouse. Thank you. I hope to do this again soon. I'm running out of energy here, even though it doesn't look like it. So I'm going to be off soon. Love your honesty, personal circumstances. Yep, thank you. Rob Art, thank you for the fire. Rule Britannia is in the UK. I love talking to people from the UK. I have to tell you, forgiveness to everybody in the United States. My favorite people are from Europe and oftentimes Asia as well, South America. My favorite people are from around the world. Africa, I've talked to people before there as well. Maybe I'm just bored of Americans, maybe because I'm a contrarian. People who have a similar mindset to me at times don't appeal to me as much as people who have a different mindset than me. So I get so excited talking to people from around the world. It rounds out my perspective. And people get smarter, they get more intelligent. You make better decisions, you're wiser, you have more wisdom to pass on to younger people. The rounder your perspective gets, it's not so sharp and cutting as a perspective that's all about the way you view things. That's why I love getting other people's perspective. You love Hitler. Well, it's interesting, Hamad. No, I do not love Hitler. But I did write a poem once called My Favorite Nazi that explains that my favorite kind of Nazi is not the kind of Nazi that you're thinking about, perhaps, but the kind of Nazi that recognizes that they were wrong in the way they thought. The kind of Nazi that wakes up someday and realizes they had it all wrong and they were a horrible person, and they come to God Almighty begging for forgiveness because they were wrong. That's my favorite Nazi. That's why I wrote a poem about it. Interesting poem. Maybe I'll post it sometime. Rob, say hi to Richard Hart for me. Yeah, I'm sure they hang out. Maybe they do. I don't know. How are you, Michael Burrows? I'm well. Okay, that's the end of the questions that I'm seeing. I've done this now for 54 minutes when I expected to do it for 15. My immunity system is wrecked right now, but you guys obviously made me feel really good and encouraged me. And so that's why I've been on for 54 minutes. Pass around the live stream, please. Let people know that they should listen next time around, and perhaps gain some wisdom from somebody who's been here for 6 years, doing a whole bunch of stuff wrong, but I've come to the point of doing some stuff right, and that's why I'm here. Great to see you all. Thank you. Great to see you all. Can you help me with something, please? It's for my fashion. It's about men's shoes and socks. DM me. That can't possibly be a real question, but DM me. Yep. Thanks for posting. Glad to see you again. You as well. Take care, everybody. Really love talking to you today. I will do this again soon. Signing off.